Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the 68th annual nursing pinning ceremony for our 2021 graduates. We are happy to be surrounded here in this space and via our live stream for so many friends and families who wanted to celebrate this momentous occasion with you guys. Pinning is a time-honored tradition within nursing, and it really is used as a symbol of moving from the role of a student nurse and being welcomed into the profession of nursing. This is a job that comes with many duties and responsibilities, and we feel like we have given you the tools that you need to be successful in this endeavor. We acknowledge today that nursing is a commitment, and students, as you're pinned, you may elect to receive an anointing of your hands for this very sacred work that you're about to enter into. It's our sacred and holy calling to be a nurse, and we have seen that importance grow this year as we've all lived through a global pandemic. Given that that's the nature of the life that we are currently living, we really weren't sure if we'd be able to have members in our audience today. So it makes me so happy to see all of you here, and I'm sure your graduate is really happy to have your presence and support as well. To that end, as you are here with us for this ceremony today, we ask that you remain in your seats and with your mask in place. There will be a picture opportunity that will happen when all of our graduates are on the risers after receiving their pin. And we have a professional photographer that'll come and do that for you. You're free to take pictures of your graduate as they're being pinned, so maybe graduates take a moment to see if you can spot which side your loved one's on, and Beth can work with you a little bit to make sure you're positioned that your loved ones can get that picture. I would like to acknowledge the fantastic work that many of our students have done this year. I've been especially pleased with the way the Goshen College Student Nursing Association has been run this year. I feel like those of you that have been involved have demonstrated amazing leadership, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm going to give you some of the highlights. This won't be an extensive list of their works, but a few highlights for me. They have created a Sunshine Fund to help out fellow students in times of need. They've donated or will be donating their textbooks and maybe even their scrubs to future students that are following behind them. They raised a ton of money to be able to support not only themselves, but others that were interested within the department to attend the Student Nursing Association virtual conference this year. And I think my favorite moment that I'm the most proud of you guys for was the money that you raised from the sale of those Healthcare Heroes t-shirts. And we know that our healthcare providers this year have truly been heroes. With that money, they went ahead and they bought gift baskets filled with goodies to take to all the different nursing departments over at Goshen Hospital. And let me tell you a little bit what the Chief Nursing Officer of Goshen Hospital had to say about this gesture. She said, "Thank you for leading this initiative. What a thoughtful and kind display. I can share that as she was making her rounds, she would hear her colleagues say, 'That was so sweet. We were so glad to be thought of.' She goes on to wish you well, saying that she wishes you to be the nursing leaders of tomorrow and to be able to contribute to our profession in meaningful ways as you just demonstrated. The best to all of you as you close out this year and look forward to transitioning from student to professional. Julie Crosley." The members that are on the committee for the GCNSA, I would like you to stand, if you will, just to be recognized and have a moment of applause. I would also like to acknowledge Katya Norton. If you would stand, Katya, I would appreciate that. I'm acknowledging Katya today for her contribution to the Goshen College Community Health. She has many times stood in as the chair for the Student Pandemic Task Force. She has been instrumental in helping us create gift baskets and bags to recognize students that are ill or in quarantine. She's also helped to recognize students that have been doing remote learning this year. You can sit down, Katya, if you want. So again, thank you for all of that. I want to just mention a few other things, which is Brook Stitzman. I have to give a thanks to you as well. Brooke has taken over running our COVID testing clinic on Sundays. We have been so committed to having a safe space for our students this year, and that's involved a lot of extra time and effort. And so, Brooke, again, a huge thank you for helping to run that clinic on Sundays. I really appreciate it. And for the rest of you, for the rest of you that have helped with giving COVID vaccines and all of that, again, this has been truly a year to highlight the impact that nursing can play just on the health and well-being of our community. So thank you all for all of your help. I really have appreciated it. Now let me take a time to just introduce not only myself, but the faculty. My name is Dr. Jewel Yoder. I am the chair of the nursing department. This is my first year, so it's been quite the year to learn and take things on with COVID, but we've made it and we've been successful, so that's been lovely. As I introduce each and every one of you, please stand so that our esteemed guests can kind of know who you are and what role you play in the department. Let me start with Dr. Ruth Dalsfoos. Ruth is the director of our master's program. We have a family nurse practitioner program and a doctoral program. Thank you, Ruth. Next is Gretchen Sauder. Gretchen teaches in our RN to BSN program and our traditional baccalaureate program. For these students, she's helped with OB and I think just OB for you. All right, I was gonna give you extra credit, Gretchen. Thank you. Next is Mark Moyer. Mark, if you would stand. Mark teaches in our bachelor's program. He helps our students learn pharmacology, medical surgical nursing, and acute care. Thank you, Mark. Dr. Laura Wheeler. Dr. Laura Wheeler teaches in our master's family nurse practitioner program and in our doctoral program. Susan Miller-Satiowan teaches in our RN to BSN completion program, our bachelor's program, and our master's family nurse practitioner program. For our undergraduate students, she teaches community health, psych mental health nursing, and also helps with ethics as of this year. Thank you, Susan. Oh, and gerontology. I was going to short you. This is what I get for not looking at my notes. And gerontology. Beth Miller. Beth teaches in our RN to BSN program and our BSN program. She teaches our fundamentals classes, our skills classes. She teaches senior seminar and nursing research. And Cheryl Caffey. We're so happy to have Cheryl on our faculty. She teaches in our traditional BSN program and does a few courses in our RN to BSN program as well. She helps us teach med-surg and leadership to our traditional undergrad students. We have some faculty with us today that are at the request of our students because of the great role that you play in helping them be successful in their clinicals. Let me start with Heather Calkins. Heather Calkins has her bachelor's degree. She'll be getting her master's tomorrow, so again, congratulations. And Heather has helped with our acute care clinicals. Next is Jason Clay. Jason also has his bachelor's degree, but as of tomorrow will also have his master's degree, so congratulations to you as well, Jason. Jason helped our students through their medical surgical clinicals. And Phoebe Graber. Phoebe also helps us in our bachelor's program. Phoebe has been so instrumental in helping our students have a really great time learning about psych mental health clinicals this year. And the most important person probably of this whole day is Miss Linda Kimple. She is our administrative assistant. Students, yes. You can sit, Linda. Linda has really made this day possible, from packaging all of our beautiful cupcakes to really being sort of the person that got you lined up and makes this day run. So thank you for everything you do for us. Now, let me turn this over to Gretchen Sauder for a few more words of reflection on you guys as our 2021 graduates.
think I've said to you guys already, it's just so exciting to see you guys all here. I know you've come a long way. This class of outstanding individuals will forever hold a special place in my heart, and I feel pretty comfortable in saying all of our hearts. Together, we went through some very eventful years in the nursing department and as in the world in general. Who knew how creatively we could all adapt to learning in a more virtual atmosphere? For each of you, this day should be a celebration of all the hard work and dedication you have invested, time that you have sacrificed. I imagine that at times you didn't think you were capable of what we were asking of you. At other times, you likely experienced emotions that you only imagined or heard could happen, excuse me, but didn't know how. Those precious moments may have come when you connected with a patient who needed to be heard and understood, and you listened. Or when you held the hand of a family member who was having to watch her loved one slowly fade from this life. Or, and my personal favorite, when you shared in supporting a mother and her family bring a new life into this world. What we do as nurses is life-changing for both our patients and ourselves. Today, as you prepare to graduate from being a nursing student to a graduate nurse, I encourage you to remember these years of learning here at Goshen. Cherish the laughs you shared with friends, the tears you shed after a particularly difficult clinical day, and the memories that you have made that will last a lifetime. I recently started reading a book written by a nurse. Her name is Courtney Davis. The work is entitled The Heart's Truth. In the preface, she writes of her reflections upon how she came to be a nurse after aspiring initially for a profession as an artist or a poet. I would like to share a few sentences from her book that I feel particularly capture the uniqueness of nursing. She writes, "Along the way, I slowly discovered that nursing offered everything I thought only the arts could provide. I learned that there is nothing more personal or more universal than the experience of suffering, and that there are no words more significant than those spoken by a patient who has placed his or her life in your keeping. I learned that nursing is an odd, mysterious, humbling, addicting, and often transcendent profession, and that the reality of the body is the surest pathway to the mysteries of the soul. I pray today, as you begin this next journey in your life, that you too are given the opportunity to experience the beauty and magic of nursing in all its ways, and that ultimately you find the answers to the mysteries of your soul. For the next part of our ceremony, we're going to ask that you come forward when Cheryl calls your name. Beth will be waiting for you to pin you, and then you can come to Susan to be anointed as you desire.
Adriana Berger. Tessa Clark. Genevieve Coerden. Lizzie Diaz. Cassandra Espinoza. Alexandria Gordy. Marianne Grace. Elise Hackman. Brooklyn Harris. Kira Kroll. Leslie Latisneer. Jesse Lundy. Lucia Kaim Martinez. Katya Norton. Brian Olvera. Alexis Owensby. Rachel Porter. Oscar Ramirez. Samantha Shank. Brook Stitzman. And Rachel Versluis.
The blessing I'm going to share with you comes from Matt Vera. He's a registered nurse who's a full-time writer and an editor for Nurse Labs. I'm presenting it to you today with some minor modifications, and it's entitled God's Angels. Dear Lord, our great healer, may your great strength and power flow through these graduates, lend skills to their hands and their vision, judgment to their mind, and compassion to their hearts. Grant them the strength to minister to their patients in their hours of suffering and travail. Make them worthy, O Lord, of this saintly task, and may they faithfully discharge their duties in deep humility, worthy of the trust and faith placed in them. Amen. This year, in lieu of a reception, we are asking that each guest and graduate may be able to enjoy a cupcake. Unfortunately, it's a little bit rainy today, so we're going to have your graduates exit out this door. They'll be lined up in the hallway, and you can find your graduate and congratulate them on a job well done. We are going to ask you to do that meet and greet and then exit with your graduate outside or to your vehicles for whatever you have planned next, so that we have a space between this program and our graduate nursing program to do a little bit of disinfecting. Again, thank you all so much for participating and being with us today. We'll allow our graduates to exit out first, and then again, the table of cupcakes is over here if you want to make your way across and help yourself each to a cupcake. We would love to have that be our reception today. Again, congratulations to you all.